250 million year old piece of Africa found in southern U.S. Larger portions may still be discovered. Continental breakups are proven to be just as destructive as some human separations, globalists say. They have found a fragment of Africa embedded in southeastern U.S., a remnant of the rift that occurred between the two continents some 250 million years ago. Scientists have known for some time of the presence of a strange band of magnetic rock that stretched from Alabama through Georgia and offshore to the North Carolina coast, but its origin has been debated. The ribbon of the rock is buried about 9 to 12 miles below the surface, according to the new studies published in the Geological Society of America. The fissure, known as the Brunswick Magnetic Anomaly, was created hundreds of millions of years ago when the crust of Africa and North America were yanked apart like stitches in a piece of cloth. There was an attempt to rip away Florida and southern Georgia. Globalist Robert Hatcher of the University of Tennessee in Knoxville told Discovery. So you have a failed rift there. There are pieces of crust that started in Africa. Crustal rocks keep records of Earth's magnetic field. The magnetism is stored by minerals, particularly stronger magnetic minerals like magnetite. Scientists can discover important information about plate tectonics, the large-scale motion of Earth's outermost shell, by determining the source of distinct strip magnetic anomalies. Keep of like studying the fingerprints left behind at a crime scene. Scientists have attributed the Brunswick magnetic anomaly to a belt of 200 million years old volcanic rock that were formed around the time the Atlantic Ocean was shaped. The location of the magnetic anomaly is through to mark the point where North America separates from the rest of the supercontinent, Pangaea. Pangaea is believed to have created millions of years ago after Earth's tectonic plates collided, drifted apart, and then smashed into each other again before going their separate ways for good. The lead author of the study, Elias Parker Jr. of the University of Georgia, says there might be a larger portion of Africa left behind in the southeast U.S. than already detected. This is just the start to understanding the structure of the southeast U.S., Parker told Discovery. What I'm trying to do is come up with a simple explanation for this. Another theory about the origin of the Brunswick magnetic anomaly says that the rift is much older and could mark the original collision zone between the two tectonic plates. So, in other words, this is basically saying that, that America is basically Northwest Africa. When the continents were connected before, the drift, the continental drift, Pangaea. And this Pangaea millions of years ago, when they said it was no humans and it was just hominids, that this was, Northwest Africa. But, we all know that it was humans at this time too. There was only one species of human, and the species of human that it probably was at this time, or I ain't even gonna say probably was Negroid. What you call the African, because the whole continent was Africa. Because if you look on the Pangaea's map, you will see that Africa is in the center. And then you look to your northwest, you would see North America. And then to the southwest, you would see South America, which is really North and South Africa. Northwest and Southwest Africa. So, I mean, it's not really a whole lot to that, you know. So, when people say, all life started in Africa, yeah, because the whole world is Africa. Basically on this side, this is when it was Pangea before the split. This is Northwest Africa. And people just act like the world just shift in 5 minutes, and everything was separated where it is now in 5 minutes. It didn't happen like that. It took millions of years for this stuff to move. It was a process. It didn't happen in 5 minutes. Everything didn't drift in 5 minutes. So, when everything drifted millions of years later, when it took all that time to drift, when people start realizing and sailing seas and stuff like that, they start realizing it was different parts, different continents, because they were new people, so, that basically explains it. Something, either some big catastrophe happened to basically hit the earth and make everything split really quick, or it took millions of years for that to separate, to get where it is. And if we could find a crater, a really, really large crater in the middle of Africa, and it showed they could find that crater, and it might maybe explain why everything is separated like that, and it happened quick. Maybe a big, large meteor or something hit the earth, and everything could have just split up, like, really quick. Or it could have just been a natural occurrence, and everything just split. The landmass just split. And it took millions of years for that to happen, and the people changed, and, different races and different humanoids got extinct. Then you had people want to say that, Africa is the place where all the hominids, started, and the humans started in America. But you got to realize America is North Africa. Everything, we're all, the Negroid race were the first race, period. Can't get around that. We're the first race of humans. Not saying we were before hominids. We don't know which one was first. They found hominids first. But we want to say that we came from hominids and apes. We did not come from hominids and apes. Just like the ape got here, just like the Neanderthal got here, just like the Denisovans got here, we got here. We didn't come from another animal to be this animal. Because only evolution is inside the womb of all the species I just named. Hominids, they got pregnant. They had babies. Apes, they still get pregnant and they still not evolving. I know you say it takes millions of years, but it's still a timeline. Yeah, for some ape species, 1,000,000 years has hit every year. I mean, come on. How can you? It's a timeline. It's for every species. It should still be evolving. We should still be evolving. If we evolved from apes, which we didn't. The Negroid race just popped up on the map just like the damn hominid did, just like the ape did, just like the feline did, just like the canine did, just like all of these species did. We all popped up on the planet some kind of way through some organisms, whatever you want to say, came from whatever organism that created all of these separate different people. We did not come from no primates. Now maybe we mixed with primates, because if you look at people that, to look at the Caucasian Africans that was in North Africa, they traveled to Europe and they made it with the Neanderthals. And then being in that climate, oculocutaneous 1 and 2 kicked in and they lost their melanin. And they took on the Neanderthal traits. after probably a couple of thousand years. And, that's how they came out the way they look. Because if you look at the Neanderthal, you know, when the scientists make these Neanderthals into living beings with the wax, whatever they do it with, and they make them pale looking, they make them look like Caucasians. And then you compare them to the Caucasian, they look like that. And they look like Africans and the Caucasians. I mean, they are two different species of humanoid. They're hybrid, mix. And this is not racist. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to call it racist, I guess it is. Because, they used to say we came from Neanderthals, but we didn't. We don't have the Rh gene. Or if we do have the Rh gene, it's suppressed and negative. But the Caucasian have the Rh positive gene. And I think that reason why Negroids may have the Rh negative is because coming in contact with the, with that race, which is really us that mixed with Neanderthals. So we came in with them, and Neanderthals may have mated with apes. See, because you don't evolve, you mate. You have sex, and then, if you're a compatible species to have sex with, because I'm quite sure if a human had sex with an ape, probably could get it pregnant. Well, ape probably can get a human pregnant because they're both humanoids. And it sounds crazy and it's sick, but this is what probably happened in the historic primal times. And people want to ignore these facts, but you cannot turn into a damn, what you think you're going to turn to a gray extraterrestrial in a million years? Are humans going to look like grays? That's not it. And if we do look like grays, that means we died. Then they put us in the damn gray clone bodies. Our light or our soul, Kaba, in gray bodies. I mean, I know that's kind of far-fetched, it might go over your head. But, I mean, come on. I just wanted to touch on that we're not apes. We're not primates. We're not hominids. We're not Denisovans. We're just human. We're the original humans. So basically, people need to get that right. The Negroid is the original man. And North America is Northwest Africa. Because I read that article, which I'm not really a good, sharp, fast reader, but I read the article and it just told you that we have African soil, right? We have African soil in America. We have African soil in the Americas. I don't know if they found any in South America, but they have found African soil in the north. So that's what you need to know. I don't want to keep on double talking and saying the same thing over and over again, but I did want to get that out there because a lot of people got me confused in a lot of my, because I didn't even really explain what I was saying, but you got me confused. I've got my dog. Get down. Move. Stop. Yeah, it got me confused basically when I was saying America is Africa. But if you look at the continent, everything fit together, and it just told you that America was ripped away. North America was ripped away from Africa, the African continent. The North American continent was ripped away from the African continent. So if you put that together with common sense, you don't even need an open mind, you just need common sense. And if you put that together, you will see that 1 + 1 = 2. That North America is Northwest Africa. Peace. Happy New Year's.